So I was in a public restroom trying to charge my phone. I just walked in. There was only one other person in there, and it was quite a big restroom. Early in the morning, not busy at all. Plugged my phone in, and within 15, 20 seconds, security guard arrived. A woman, security guard. Walks by, gives me the stank eye. Turns back around, looks at me up and down again, and then proceeds to tell me, "You can't use that outlet." And I turned around and I said, "Excuse me?" She goes, "You need to unplug that from that outlet immediately. It's not for your use." And I go, "Why?" Just like that, real calmly, in shock. I was kind of in shock because it's a restroom, it's a public bathroom, restroom, and there's 3 outlets, and no one was using them. What are they there for? Decoration? I think I could think of better artwork than that. But anyway, I just calmly said, "Why?" And she goes, "Don't question my authority or you'll be tossed out of here. You need to unplug that immediately." And I said, "I'm just kind of shocked. I thought we could use the outlets." She goes, "That's the rules. Don't argue with the rules." So I calmly put the phone back up and walked out. This is one of many, many, many harassing things that the powers that should not be have been doing lately. I mean, it's so bad now that I can't go into any public place without being stalked by the police or security, and the sheriffs as well. So we are being hunted, true TIs, if you don't know. I've had everything stolen from me so many times, I'm down to just, one little bag again, and my dog. They even stole my laptop, stole my Bible. I did get another Bible though, so I'm grateful for that. But this is one of many. By the way, today is May 6, 2019. I want to say again, I appreciate all y'all, especially Francine and Sis K, for all your help. It did help me get off the street, but unfortunately, I will be back on the street again tomorrow. The hotel rooms that I've got, I've been trying to get the cheap ones. I found one for $50, and then the one for $60, and you saw how they ran me out of that with the cops. And the cheapest ones I've been finding are, $70, $80, and that adds up, So I can maybe stay somewhere for a week, and then I have to go back on the street. So I apologize that I'm not keeping up with my videos. The place that I got didn't have internet, and then I went to the coffee shop to get online. Within 1 minute, a sheriff showed up and walked past and just glared at me, making me feel very uncomfortable and unwelcome. I'm not doing anything wrong, by the way. So what they do is they just try to intimidate me because they know I'm not doing anything wrong. But I have no doubt that, they're trying to set me up for something. Just whatever they can pin on me. So TIs, just to let you know, try not to do anything wrong. The only thing that they could possibly get me for that would be legal would be drinking. And I don't drive anymore, and I've been trying not to drink. I had a couple slip-ups, y'all, and I apologize. I fell off the wagon again, but I'm back on. I'm back on the wagon. Wagon train, rawhide. It's just so stressful, so stressful. And sometimes I use the excuse, so I went into a bar to get out of the heat. The bars are not fun for me at all. I'm hated when I go in there. I'm stalked in there as well. I had a couple the other day come up to me, and this is how under heavy mind control people are. They came up to me. I didn't come up to them. I'm sitting in a corner area by myself, quietly just sitting there, trying to, again, charge my phone and get out of the heat. And here they come. And she made some small talk, and then she started saying something about, I didn't mention anything about I'm in the truth movement or anything. They knew who I was, is what it is. And they were sent in there. And she made some comment, and I said something back. It could have been about the weather. I think that's what it was about, like weather warfare. And she goes, "Oh, don't tell me you're one of those non-vaxxers, are you?" And I thought it was a joke because I thought, like us, all you smart people that are awake on my channel, we all know not to take the vaccines. They're poisoning and dumbing people down, right? So I couldn't believe what she was saying. And she goes, "You're not one of those non-vaxxers, are you?" And I go, "Excuse me?" She goes, "Are you getting the vaccine? You're getting the vaccine, aren't you?" Like it's a thing now. Like it's a cool thing to do. It was amazing. And this woman was in her 40s or early 50s. And she goes, "You're getting the vaccine then, aren't you?" And I said, I said, "No." She goes, "Oh, so you're one of them. Like we're some disease, right? You're one of them." She goes, "How many kids do you have?" I said, "I don't have any kids." She goes, "Oh, well, it doesn't really matter then, but still, yeah, it does, because I don't want you to be my neighbor and you get me sick." I said, "You're not going to get sick." And I said, "And if you know the Lord," and then I was called by the Lord to say this, if you know the Lord, if you know Jesus, then you have no fear of that. You're not going to get sick. She goes, "Yeah, it's people like you that are going to cause this sickness." And then she told her husband, "She's a non-vaxxer." And he goes, "Oh, we're leaving. We're leaving. This is not a joke, y'all. This really happened to me." And they got up and they were like whispering something and looking back. And I felt exactly like on that movie, They Live. This is what we're going through, Targets. We are the few. We have been awoken and anointed by the Holy Spirit himself to see what others can't see. And they have been given over to a strong delusion, and it's only going to get worse. And that was like the Lord showing me that neighbor against neighbor, right? Each neighbor is going to turn and call on that one and whisper, that one didn't get the vaccine. Get him. Just like in that movie, They Live. If you haven't seen that movie, it's an old movie with Rowdy Piper. I've told y'all to watch it before. Watch it. It's amazing. Another movie I recommend is called Fallen, or The Fallen, with Denzel Washington in it. It also tells about it. And of course, The Truman Show, and there's some other ones. But those two, The Fallen, you'll see fallen angels, the demons, jumping from person to person and knowing things about Denzel Washington, the main character in the movie, that only he would know, and they'll sing a song that means something to him. That's how these people come, and they'll say things, y'all. If you don't know how they're doing it, when they come up and they randomly say things that mean something to you, that's a demon that's been that's taken over the vessel, the person that has given themselves over to Satan. I've also been warned. Again, I've been told not to drink. Like I said, I'm admitting I slipped up. It was only one day though. It wasn't like a full blown out thing, and it wasn't even but maybe 5 hours. But I was just exhausted, and I'd been being under severe attack. I won't even go into all the horrible, horrendous things that they've done to me over this past week. I was poisoned. I almost died. I almost got hit by a car twice. But I'm going to tell you something cool that happened. The first time I saw it and jumped. That was my doing. But the second time, there was no cars coming. I looked both ways. I crossed the street, or I was going to cross the street. As I stepped 1 foot down off the curb, a car came out of nowhere. It's like it materialized. And I'm almost thinking, these are coming from other dimensions. It materialized out of nowhere, and it wasn't a black SUV for once, though, but it was a red SUV. Close enough. That's the next one they used. It missed me by inches. It was so close to me that I felt the breeze blow my hair back, and something lifted me up and back on, because there's no way I could have stepped back onto the sidewalk that quick. No way. And I believe it was one of my guardian angels lifted me back up and placed me back on the sidewalk. It was amazing. I've had people running lights as I try to cross. The light's green and it says walk. And as I go to cross, they come out of nowhere. It's just getting really bad, the attacks. But I was poisoned. I did not die. But I've been so sick for the last 3 days, y'all. I couldn't get out of the bed. I couldn't eat anything. I couldn't hold water down. And this is the second time I've been poisoned in the last 2 weeks. And this time I would believe it was a bartender witch. And yes, I shouldn't be in a bar. And I apologize that I let y'all down. That's my one thing that I slip up on from time to time. But it's very far and few between anymore. But the time before that, I believe it was in the food I ate. And that happened while I was at the last place that I didn't tell y'all what happened. That last video I made where I was walking down the street and I said I'm walking again, a sheriff came knocking on the door, banging on the door. And I didn't think anything of it because I'm not doing anything wrong. So I didn't answer it. I didn't know it was a sheriff. Then I look out the window and I saw him get in his car, and I'm thinking, well, it must be the wrong hotel room. It's for somebody else, because it's yet another hotel room that I'd moved to in a different area, 30 minutes away from where I was, y'all. And where they surrounded the place with the cops, saying that I had improperly parked my black SUV, and I don't drive. It wasn't my car. It was the gang stalker's car. But the police are connected with them, you see? So they're mad because I called out their car. I put it on video because it happened right after I uploaded that video. And just to let y'all know, y'all, putting these videos out is very dangerous, all right? Every time I put a video out lately, over the last few months, I get severely stalked. And now they're involving the police and law enforcement. So, like Fred Wust, I believe, has been illegally jailed. But I know that the Lord has me, whatever happens, and he guides me and gets me out of places just in the nick of time. But anyway, so, I went about my business. I thought, well, it must be somebody else in the building, because it was kind of a rundown motel. Next morning, I get woke up to banging of the sheriff again. This time, I knew it was the sheriff because it was the same kind of bang, and I didn't answer it. And I don't know what they wanted, but I believe that it was to try to set me up. And the way that I believe that they're going to try to get me is if I say something that they don't like. Just like that lady the other day. Now they're screaming and yelling. Screaming and yelling. It's been completely quiet out here till I start this video. But what they're hoping I'll do is say something to where they can say that I was talking back against the police or something. So I'm just trying to avoid speaking at all because I got a big mouth. But anyway, yeah. Again, prayers for all true TIs and all of God's saints. We're under heavy, heavy attack. I just wanted to put the word out. What is going on is the New World Order has succeeded in brainwashing the masses. The masses they'll be coming to you disguised as friends. I hate to tell y'all, but do not trust anybody. Only trust those that the Lord has guided you to and that you have definitely tested. All right? I know most of the people on my channel that have been watching me for a while that aren't gang stalking freaks are true believers in Christ. So this isn't, I'm not talking about y'all, but in our life, targeted individuals, they do not allow us to have true friends or relationships. They send people, spies, gang stalkers into our life to infiltrate us, just like they did Jesus with Judas. Okay, Judas was taken over by a demonic spirit. Y'all should hear the screaming. It did not start till I started this. And it sounds demonic. The demons are taking over people left and right. They're manifesting. I was walking down the street the other day, again, in a totally different area. I've been going from town to town and have been just attacked everywhere I go. Attacked, I mean, is all I can say. Treated really, really beyond scum. Beyond pond scum. But that's okay. I take it with a grain of salt because who are we that we shouldn't go through this fire? Look what Jesus did for us. So we got to continue to endure. That's the words the Lord keeps giving me. And the song he keeps giving me is for all true TIs, persecuted saints of the Most High. I'm still standing better than I ever was. Looking like a true survivor. Feeling like a little kid. I'm still standing after all these years. Picking up the pieces of my life without you on my mind. I'm still standing. Okay, so sorry about that. I had to just sing a little song because the demons are like outside my door right now screaming. I am seeing demons manifest in all kinds of people. So I'm walking down the street the other day and there's lots of people in this area I was at. It was like a busy area, almost as big as Houston. And I'm in the downtown area. It's in the morning, so there's quite a bit of activity going on. And this man comes, and I could sense something negative coming at me. I didn't see him. He was very short, and I'm pretty tall, and there was other people like around, but I could feel it coming my way. And that's a gift that the Lord will give if you ask him and you have Jesus in your heart. He will give you the gift of discernment. And that's one of my blessings, that I have been blessed with that. So I'm feeling this energy, evil, coming towards me. And it's a little short man. Of course, yes, he's wearing red, with red, the complete ensemble, red hat and red shoes and a red backpack. And he just looks at me. He did make eye contact, because a lot of these demons will not look me in the eyes because they know I'll see them. But the ones that do, you will see blackness in their eyes. There will be no life in their eyes, no light. And that's what was in his eyes. It looked like just black eyes, no white around the eye or anything, black. And he growled at me, y'all, a growl. And it was not just a like that. It was a long, deep, evil growl. And I kept walking past him, and when I got to the corner, which was maybe a half a block, I turned, and he was standing, turned back around, staring at me, still growling. And he was growling that loud that I could hear him half a block away. And as I rounded the corner, I got up, and I went up this escalator thing, and when I came back down, he was standing at the escalator pointing at me. It was so creepy. It was just like out of that movie. They can see. I've got one that can see. Y'all, this stuff is real. These demons are mad because they know their time is almost done, son. So we are blessed. We are blessed that we have eyes to see. I thank all of y'all for your positive comments and your prayers. Please, please stay prayed up. Pray for all of us under heavy persecution. Just know, get ready, because the battle is on. Just know what's going on, that it's not the people that are attacking you. It's the demons that have taken over the people, because the Lord has allowed them to be given over to a strong delusion because they denied Jesus. And the ones that are actually being taken over completely by demons, not just possessed and then let go, but being infiltrated to where they're not them anymore, those are the ones that have sold out to Satan, and they mock believers. And this is what's going on, and that's why they hate us so much. So I just wanted to give you all a heads up. It is New World Order has gone into effect. I believe they have blocked me from getting my ATM debit card. I've been trying to get it for 2 months. They keep saying it's been mailed here, there, everywhere, and it never comes to any of the addresses I give. Of course, I can't give my own because I'm homeless, but ones that I've had. So it's either that, or the people who get it don't give it to me because they're all part of it. But I do believe that the banks are targeting us, because when I go into a bank, when I first go in to try to get another debit card for 2 months now, they treat me nice when I first walk in. Hey, how you doing? And then I'll see somebody come out of the back and whisper to that person, and then they're completely different. Also, everywhere I go, the same thing happens, but on a